Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky Daily, and we appreciate you. And that's about it today. All right, bye.
Yes, have a good day. We do appreciate that you watched us come on and then off.
You're in Colorado. What's going on there?
I tell you what, this morning, well, a few clouds just popped in, but it was bright blue skies and 46 degrees.
Yeah, we're
So
42. We're colder than you. Figure that one
yeah,
out.
it snowed Sunday morning for about 40 minutes. None of it stuck. Then it got up into the 50s. It's pretty nice. Hey, when is Jolts? Is Jolts today?
I don't know.
Oh, don't know.
I don't know.
Yesterday you said there was a couple reporting today.
Yeah, well, that's my part. What's your
I
part?
know. So
yeah, of course, Jolt is today instead of last Friday because of how it just worked out.
Well, do you want me to talk a little bit? I can do that.
About what?
Well, the NAR lawsuit. I keep reading about the settlement that hasn't really been completely sanctioned yet.
I'm slowing down, by the way.
Yeah, I see you. And all the talk saying that's going to change how commissions are done and change how real estate is done. We're seeing nothing changing here in California. However, California has probably had the best contract out of all the states because we clearly explain where commission goes and why it's charged. You know, on an open market, if you don't have competition, you don't have the highest price on your home. Flat out, you know. You got Keller Williams and NAR because all the others settled, which is called settling is like cut your losses.
I know what it means.
Doesn't mean you're guilty of anything because there was no collusion. But there's another lawsuit filed, I want to say in Louisiana, another state where they'll probably do a jury trial where nobody understands business. And, of course, we realtors make way too much money. We do that in the face of getting you, the seller, the highest possible price, and you, the buyer, the best price possible with everything disclosed so you know what you're buying. You're not buying a pig in a poke.
No, I mean, the problem, what we're seeing is a lot of people think that you pay too much for a real estate agent, but they do a lot of work in certain states. In other states, their 3% is $2,500 or, 3,500. And if they do one transaction a month, they can't survive. So it's a little different. Yeah. We have higher price homes here, but with comes higher price homes comes more litigious things that can happen because people pay a certain price for a home and they expect certain things from that. And so,
and these lawsuits aren't there to protect the consumer. These lawsuits are there to, in my belief, and I think your belief too, is to let the tech companies enter into what is perceived a broken product.
Well, they can't do the amount of volume they need to do to make it profitable at a low price. And so how to fix that is to kill the way it's set up to where everybody just pays a flat fee or whatever and move forward. And then all the brokers what you get is what we got back in when Charles Schwab first came in and was the discount leader all the way across. You didn't have the expertise. And then slowly over time, they raised their things and now they have the expertise. So.
Right.
It happens.
Right. And what you'll see from this is maybe lower prices in some areas, less protections for the buyer. Buyers probably going directly to the listing agent because they can't afford to pay a buyer brokerage fee. And maybe some realtors getting out of the business.
Yeah. Well, and more realtors getting out of the business is not a bad thing. We got a little too many of them.
Well, I agree. And you have a lot of people who have their real estate license but don't do anything.
Correct. All right. So let's get into some of the reports today. Jolts did come out today. Just like my favorite one. It revealed there was a drop in openings in October. It went down to 8.7 million from last month, revised of 9.35 million. They anticipated a 9.3 million, and it didn't happen. It came in so much lower. And if you look at this from the peak of 12 million in March of 22 job openings, now we have a notable decline. So that's almost 4 million jobs gone.
Wow.
And they said
That's
it's
big.
important. Yeah, it says you have to understand that to note this figure can be misleading due to frequently double counting, as jobs are often posted in multiple locations or under various titles and salaries. So there could be even less than that, but we won't know.
Right.
The hiring rate still stayed steady at 3.7%, the lowest since April of 2020, while the quit rate remained at 2.3%, the lowest since January 21. So less people are quitting, less jobs. It's starting to go where we're thinking it's going to go. And if you look at the biggest sector that was hit the most, I would say would be the leisure and hospitality sector. 1.2 million job openings, a 10% decrease from last report and 25% from the previous year.
Well, as we go sliding into Bidenomics, nobody has any money to afford to travel.
Right. So, they have to get back to work. They can't just live off of the money that Biden gave them.
Yeah. Or Newsom.
So, and that's really all the reports today. Tomorrow there's mortgage applications, ADP employment report, and they expect 128,000 private job creations. We'll see what happens. Yeah. That's normal for a month. All right. It sounds like a lot, but it's not.
People who you finish. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I got two more. Thursday, initial jobless claims, expect 223,000 claims, and again, focus on continuing claims, which has risen by 269,000 in 2 months. They're going to really focus on that. And Friday is the BLS job report, different than the one we had today. And that's forecasting 180,000 job creations. We'll see what happens. There is a couple little other things, but go ahead. You have something to add to that before I go more?
I just want to know, these people that are quitting these jobs, are they singing that country western song?
I don't know. What's that? Which country and western song?
Take this job and shove it.
I think a lot of people are just looking at, they want to have a different way of living than going to work 9 to 5. And so the question really is, which jobs are they quitting? Are they quitting the $200 to $300,000 jobs? No, those people are getting laid off. They're quitting the multiple jobs.
50 to 80.
Well, I bet you that a lot of these jobs that they're quitting are also multiple part-time jobs to make a living.
True. And then some of these job creations could be, hey, they found a niche. They're going to start their own business and move forward with that.
That's not really a job creation unless you put it out there for somebody to come work for you. That is somebody going and creating something. So that job is gone once it's not there.
Well, like what I want to do, when I retire, I want to own a bar. So I have no money whatsoever.
So just like what you're doing now.
Yeah, basically, real estate, bar,
all right,
same thing.
Yeah. Home price index updates, CoreLogic and Black Knight. So we got two reports. CoreLogic recent report indicated a 0.2 increase in home prices for October, accumulating in a 4.7% rise on an annual basis. This marks a new record high for consecutive months since May. CoreLogic projects that home prices will remain steady in November with anticipated 2.9% growth over the next year, up from their previous estimated 2.6%. So based on this, they anticipate that there's going to be a 7% appreciation for the total year of 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. Black Knight shows pretty much the same thing, and they're looking at this predicted a 7% appreciation for the year of 2023. So what Black Knight said, what do you got on your paper? Okay, we're going to do the same thing.
And Zillow brings up the rear.
Well, Zillow's not even part of this right now. So.
Yeah, which probably means California is going to see probably close to 10.
Yeah,
because
I was thinking 12.
Numbers, right?
I was thinking 12 to 14. Usually it's double what national does. Yeah, because you got to remember, there's overall, if you look at some places like Florida is not appreciating in certain places like Tampa and some of the ones we've talked to. But you look at California,
they actually have inventory.
Well, they have too much inventory, and their medium price point is $600,000 to $800,000, and there's no businesses there that can support that.
That.
Yeah. What are you going to do? I don't know.
Yeah, punt.
Yeah. So moral of the story, ongoing, buy a house. It's going to appreciate. Stop waiting. And I've been reading articles, a lot more articles that are saying they're going to see more rate drop next year by March, and you're going to see more people into the market. And so if you're really interested, you really need to start now.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when those rates drop, go ahead and refinance later on down the road, like after your 6th or 7th payment.
Well, the issue, I keep my wife telling me, stop saying issue and problem. What that's all I deal with is issues and problems.
Issues and problems. So keep saying, what is the issue?
If you do an FHA loan, don't expect to refinance in a year unless you had a lot of appreciation.
Right.
That's that one you want to figure 2 years, right? You need, because you're only putting 3.5% down, but you're adding the mortgage insurance on top of it of 1.75. So you're really only putting down a little over 1.5, and you can't expect to be able to go into a conventional loan with 10% down, you're 5% down if you don't have enough appreciation when you refinance.
Right. Yeah.
Just be careful running into that with a 650 FICO score, thinking you're going to refinance in a year. It's different on FHA. You have to really look at those numbers.
Yes, you do.
But luckily, they're only 14% of the market right now.
Right. Right. And VA is
about 10. So the conventional is a different story. Yeah, it's a totally different story.
Yeah.
Because one of my first loans from the radio show, he did 3% down, first time home buyer, and then we refinanced him, and he had 10% equity, and then the next time we refinanced him, he had 20-something% equity. It was just each couple of years when rates went down. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah,
and
that's all I have.
His mortgage insurance.
Yes, that was it. Because he saved rate and mortgage insurance.
Yeah. I will have local numbers tomorrow, Stanislaus County numbers tomorrow, and then Friday the state.
Why don't you reach out to somebody there and see what Colorado numbers are doing?
You know what? I will call my realtor. I'll call Kat and see what's going on.
Yeah, you can always see if they're available tomorrow for a short period of time too.
Yeah,
because it'd be nice to know.
I will check with her today.
You're there anyway. You might. You know how you pay for that as a trip? You go look at real estate, sir.
Oh, we have.
What I got?
We do every time.
Yeah. Well, then that way you can give us an update. What's going on there?
There you go. All right, I'll do it.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're listening to this on the podcast, I don't know if everybody knows, but we upload this as a podcast daily. Go to anywhere you find your favorite podcast apps, and you will find us there under Real Estate Jerky Daily. Again, Mike, thank you for being here, and thank you for watching and listening.
Thank you. It'd be good to talk to you.